Good morning. Oh gosh. Can I just stand here? All right. And can I use this to click it?
Yes, ma'am.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Laniqua Tejada, and I am the owner of Sabor de Lala. What we are, well, just a little bit about myself. I am a mother of three, and my husband is retired from the military. So, being that he is from New York City and he is of Dominican descent, we wanted to bring something unique to the area because we do not have a Dominican restaurant. Also, due to the fact that that is one of the main dishes that he likes to eat and we all enjoy, so it was necessary that I figure out how to make him feel more at home and to share with the community as well. And again, so right now we do curate impeccable empanadas. That is what I'm starting out with right now, just so we can get the ball rolling. That is one of the most interesting dishes that I do fix. I'm about to have a moment. Um, One of the problem solving here in Onslow County, basically, like I stated, we don't have a lot of more Caribbean Latin locations out in town. And so I'm about to have a moment, y'all. Okay. And we're lacking homemade Dominican cuisine. Like I stated, I did bring empanadas today that you guys can try, so that way you can see what I'm working with. And basically that's what I want to introduce to Onslow. Right now, being that I do work, go to school, this is something that I want to do part-time until we're able to open up a brick and mortar, catering to businesses, parties, even doing pop-ups out in the community is something that we're going to also take advantage of. With my empanadas, you can have them custom made, whether they're made cooked to order, fried, or I can freeze them and you can have them and cook them in your own home. We do have a bunch of fillings, which makes us different from a lot of locations that also offer empanadas. Currently, right now, I'm working about with 16 different flavors, and they are all range from savory, vegan options, traditional. Right now I have beef, cheese, and chicken. That's what I brought for you guys today. But that does set us aside from everyone else. It's just the opportunity to have more variety. Um, my market right now would be offering to business, catering to individuals, families that want to celebrate birthdays, dinner parties, weddings, you name it. Also, venturing out on base, that is another option because we know there's a lot of activity that goes on out there. Here I have my competitors. Like I mentioned, most of them are food trucks. One of them is a restaurant, but the difference with me and what we offer is that we want to be in local in Onslow County. We don't want to travel as much. We want to keep it in-house, instead of going out of town, because a lot of the times we travel to Raleigh or other places to go eat certain foods that we don't have here. But my gift is wanting to stay here locally. And with the food trucks that are out here, they do travel a lot. One of them, they have a location here in town, but they're barely open. So that's something I look at so that way, I'm able to figure out what I'm up against and what we're going to bring to the table versus what they have out here in town. For funding, being that I'm currently not open in operation, the funding would just be to help me gather my materials for like catering events, marketing purposes, just to get everything started so I can start accumulating my inventory for things that I need. So I just gave an estimate of $20K just a roundabout figure. As far as marketing goes, we'll be using word of mouth. I do plan to get like T-shirts made just to advertise for myself and family members that are familiar with what we're trying to do, social media, and just local posting and doing things out here in the community. Right now, being that I don't have a location, my goal is to engage with the food commissary kitchen out in, I believe it's in Jones Burnt Community College. That's one of the closest ones out here that I can actually use. So that way I can prepare my meal, the empanadas and things of that nature. And probably just to get like a trailer in the meantime, just to do my pop-ups. But as of right now, we haven't started anything. So, but those are just the things that we're working on just to see where we're going to go with this. Oh, Jesus. So my streams of revenue and income, I just came up with the projective of what we would foresee. Like I said, because I do work and this is part-time, it's not really structured right now to give us an exact amount, but I believe that generating around about 40 or 60K once we get up and moving, just with catering and having a brick and mortar and other food orders. So, I don't know. And that's all I have right now, besides the major costs. And that's all I have right now, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm nervous, so forgive me. I give a disclaimer,
you're
but what I
fine.
will say is that, my food speaks for itself, so I do hope you guys enjoy it, and I look forward to, you guys seeing me out here in the future.
You did a great job,
Yes.
and we look forward to certainly trying the empanadas. And I think you come from a good place, your foundation. I heard you say that you wanted to make your husband feel at home, and that's a good place to start with food. I think when it means something to somebody, and you put your heart and soul into it, I'm sure it's evident, and we'll figure that out when we taste it here momentarily. One thing in looking at your initial business plan, I was kind of unsure what the focus was going to be because you identified a lot of different areas. I do think you clarified that to some degree here today in your presentation, and that it sounds like the catering and that maybe these pop-up events will be your initial focus. Right. What do you need for the pop-up events? I mean, what type of equipment will you need in order to do those things?
With the pop-up events, basically getting a tent, signage, and having proper equipment that I can use to operate outside. So those will be the things like chafers, to the hot and hold compartments to keep everything at a certain temperature, because with food, you can't have it under a certain temperature, therefore it goes bad. And what I failed to mention is that I am a culinary arts graduate. I graduated from Coastal in 2018, and I'm currently in the hospitality program. So with that education and knowledge, all those things play an intricate part in my food service. So, but packaging materials and things of that nature, since pop-ups are just like picking up and go, probably like cash point sales, machine, but most of the things can be done with swiping a card or tapping. But those are the majority of the things that I want. I just want to be able to get my inventory in, so that way when I go to these pop-ups, I have everything I need to have for setup.
Would that have a similar regulatory environment to like a food truck doing the pop-ups?
Probably similar, but not that much of a food truck, because I know with the food truck it has more details. So I would have like a fryer, something maybe like, depending on where it's at, will probably make a big difference if they have the plugs and everything outside for me to do, especially with having a fryer or having a hot hold box. So if I have all those elements available at these pop-ups, then I wouldn't necessarily need a food truck, but maybe like the trailers are something that you can pull on. Those would be something that I could probably invest in as well.
Thank you.
My question kind of piggybacks off of his question regarding the equipment. With it being a part-time venture initially, do you feel like the money that you'll have coming in will cover the cost of what you'll need to make it work?